did, written by Srila Vasudeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Number 2, to consider the names of demigod like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions of this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank all of you for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call this morning. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. Before we move to our next session, I would request everyone to introduce themselves.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shamaguri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamaguri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Mataji, thank you so much for your association this morning and every morning and for your all services. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for your association and for all your services. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, your Goish Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Devidasi, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every morning. Thank you for your association. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Lila Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Devidasi, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every morning and for your association. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Devi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining this morning. And thank you for your association. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for all your services. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and Gauranga and all the devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every morning. And Dandavat Pranam. I think Prabhuji has already joined the call. I welcome everyone once again to Bhakti Sangha conference call this morning. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. But before I hand over the call to you, Prabhuji, I would request Sushmita Mataji to give a brief introduction about His Grace Vraj Bihari Prabhuji. Over to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna. Today we have His Grace Vraj Bihari Prabhuji as our speaker today. Here is a brief introduction of Prabhuji. Vraja Bihari Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He is a full-time monk, counselor, self-help author, lifestyle coach, and teacher at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, ISKCON, Chowpatty since the last 2 decades. He has a master degree in economics and masters in monetary policy and international finance. He joined the Times groups after completing his MBA in finance and has wealth of corporate experience, having undertaken projects for multinational companies such as KPMG, Pete, Marwick, and ICICI Bank. As a member of the education and training body for congregation development at ISKCON Chowpatty, Vraj Bihari Das Prabhuji counsels young men in the monastery and trains a satellite community of 150 families at Borivali in northern Mumbai. He shares his daily reflections, meditation, and discourses on his website www.yogaformodernage.com with over 950 articles on his websites and over hundreds of talks on his YouTube channel. Prabhuji continues to help and guide the masses across borders through his social media. His recent release, Mind Your Mind, 3 Principles for Happy Living, is a result of his daily study, writing, contemplation, and prayers over the last 20 years. In his writing, he shares his different tools to help one feel loved and improve relationship with oneself and with those who matter to us. One of his works, a fiction called Cricket in a Monastery, reveals valuable life lessons from a game of cricket. He is a seasoned international speaker, having traveled and spoken in the US, Australia, UK, Germany, Russia, and other parts of Europe and Middle East. In his talks, he shares candid thoughts on mental hygiene, spiritual discipline, and finding deep emotional fulfillment. His lucid and cheerful talks connect to the audience from all walks of life. His main strength being this ability to harmonize wisdom from the Vedic era to enhance our modern lives. He often says the principles of life are simple and same everywhere. Just apply even a little and see a big difference. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time. We are looking forward to hear from you, Prabhu Mataji. I will hand over the call to you.
Thank you, Sushmita Mataji. Thank you for that brief introduction. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call, devotees, once again. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Vraj Bihari Prabhuji in our midst today this morning to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapter 10 and verse 45 to 48. Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, over to you. Please take over the call.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Aditi Mataji and Shushmita Mataji, for your introduction. Thank you, Shamagori Mataji, for inviting me for Bhakti Sangha. I am blessed and grateful. I will today speak on the Bhagavatam. First, let me offer prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रे। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत किल शक्तिधरा स्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणात्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। कथाञ्चन स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेत् विस्मृते विपरीतं स्यात् श्रीचैतन्य नमामि तम्। Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining. And this is text number 46 today, not 45. Mataji said 45, but I see it is 46.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, it's 46, Prabhuji.
Yes. So this is, I will chant the verse and the translation and the purport. Text 46. Ya etat punyamakhyanam vishnurviryopabrimitam kirtayet shraddhaya shrutva karma pasher vimuchyate. One who hears and chants this narration about the omnipotence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is certainly liberated from material bondage without fail. Text 47. एतद्यादिपुरुषस्य मृगेन्द्रलीलं दैतेन्द्रयूतपवदं प्रयतः पठेत दैत्यात्मजस्य च सतां प्रवरस्य पुण्यं श्रुत्वानुभावमकुटो भयमेति लोकम्. Prahlad Maharaj was the best among exalted devotees. Anyone who with great attention hears this narration concerning the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narsimhadev, surely reaches the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. Text 48. Yoyam raloke bataburi bhaga lokam punana munayo bhiyanti yesham grihana vasati sakshat gudam param brahma manushya lingam. Narad Muni continued, my dear Yudhishthir Maharaj, all of you, the Pandavas, are extremely fortunate. For the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna lives in your palace just like a human being. Great saintly persons know this very well and therefore they constantly visit his house. This house. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After hearing about the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, a pure devotee should be very anxious to follow in his footsteps. But such a devotee might be disappointed, thinking that not every devotee can come to the standard of Prahlad Maharaj. This is the nature of a pure devotee. He always thinks himself to be the lowest, to be incompetent and unqualified. Thus, after hearing the narration of Prahlad Maharaj's activities, Maharaj Yudhishthira, who was on the same standard of devotional service as Prahlad, might have been thinking of his own humble position. Narad Muni, however, could understand Maharaj Yudhishthira's mind and therefore he immediately encouraged him by saying that the Pandavas were not less fortunate. They were as good as Prahlad Maharaj because although Lord Narsimhadev appeared for Prahlad, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his original form as Krishna, was always living with the Pandavas. Although the Pandavas, because of the influence of Krishna's Yoga Maya, could not think of their fortunate position, Every saintly person, including the great sage Narada, could understand it, and therefore they constantly visited Maharaj Yudhishthir. Any pure devotee who is constantly conscious of Krishna is naturally very fortunate. The word Nirloke, meaning within the material world, indicates that before the Pandavas, there had been many, many devotees, such as the descendants of the Yadu dynasty and Vashishta, Marichi, Kashyapa, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva, who were all extremely fortunate. The Pandavas, however, were better than all of them because Krishna himself lived with them constantly. Narada Muni therefore specifically mentioned that within this material world, Nriloke, the Pandavas were the most fortunate. Oh, this is one of the most beautiful and famous verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And many times I've seen devotees quote this verse where Narada Muni is telling Yudhishthir Maharaj that they are so fortunate that Krishna is walking in your house like an ordinary person. And Prabhupada in the purport says that pure devotees are always in this mood and we should want to follow the footsteps of the pure devotees. And now, interesting, Prabhupada says a pure devotee always thinks himself to be the lowest, to be incompetent and unqualified. Please listen to this very, 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 very carefully. Pure devotee thinks himself to be the lowest, to be incompetent and unqualified. When we read this, that a pure devotee thinks himself to be the lowest, incompetent, and unqualified, many devotees start saying, I should also think of myself as incompetent, unqualified, and what? Lowest. Well, Prabhupada has clarified it is what the pure devotees are thinking like that. If I start thinking like that, then if I start telling myself that I am very fallen, then my mind may cheat me. Therefore, as I'm saying I'm fallen, I should also start connecting with Krishna. I need to feel loved by Krishna. Without feeling loved by Krishna, without feeling a sense of belongingness with Krishna, if I keep saying I'm unqualified, I'm incompetent, I'm lowest, then what will happen? Anybody would like to answer? What will happen? Please raise your hand and then I'll ask you to answer. What will happen if you keep saying I'm fallen, I'm lowest, and I'm unqualified, and we are not simultaneously increasing our remembrance of Krishna? Yes, Sukha.
Hey Krishna Prabhuji, I think we'll be cheating ourselves if we just
What are
say
we?
that.
I'm sorry, what are we doing?
We'll be cheating ourselves.
Okay, can someone be more specific? You are right. We are cheating ourselves. Can someone else? Yes.
Prabhu, I was
Yeah.
sorry. Please go ahead.
Anuradha Mata, yes.
Yes, Prabhu, I was thinking we kind of get into depression. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
This is what I was looking for. Thank you. If we keep telling ourselves that I'm lowest, I'm incompetent and unqualified. See, Prabhupada says a pure devotee thinks like this. So what is our problem? We imagine I'm a pure devotee. We will tell everyone that I'm fallen and all that, I'm ordinary. But in the mind, we think I'm a pure devotee. So I should also feel I'm fallen, unqualified, and I'm incompetent. So, see, the depression comes because of constantly saying negative things to ourselves. You may say, no, but pure devotees are always saying like this. So that's my next question. Are you a pure devotee or are you a poor devotee? I see myself as a poor devotee. So I don't want, now, poor devotee doesn't mean, now this doesn't mean, okay, so Prabhuji was telling in the Bhakti Sangha class today that we should not feel unqualified, incompetent, and lowest. So does that mean we should start feeling I'm the greatest, I'm the best? No. We go to extremes. We think either I should be very proud of myself or I should feel very fallen. Why can't we be normal? Why can't we say, I am not great, I'm ordinary, but I'm happy because Krishna loves me. See, our problem is we try to imitate pure devotees. Pure devotee, who is pure devotee? Is pure devotee's qualification that he is pure devotee because he's always feeling lowly? Is this what is the main quality of a pure devotee? Yes. Who would like to answer? Supriya ji, you would like to answer? What is the quality of a pure devotee? Main quality of a pure devotee?
He's humble.
He is humble. What else? See, I'm not saying these answers are wrong. I'm just looking for one particular answer. What is the main quality of
Prabhuji,
a devotee? Yes.
Prabhuji, when we constantly think about that I am fallen, I am low.
Wait. Who is speaking this? I'm sorry, I missed you. Who is this?
Supriya.
Yes, Supriya ji, tell me. What is the main quality
I
of a
said humble and being humble, because when we constantly think I am lowest, I am degraded, I am incompetent, there we are still constantly thinking about myself, right? About me. So
Correct.
where is the concept of a humility?
Yes. So I'm asking a question. What is the main quality of a pure devotee? I'm not saying humility is wrong. I'm just saying there is something else which I'm looking for. The main quality of a pure devotee, would like to say, Sukha Mataji?
Prabhuji, should I say?
Yes.
He's completely dependent on Krishna, so
Yes.
he's fully surrendered.
Yes, it's fully surrendered.
Fixed in absolute truth.
Okay, what we'll do, you will just raise your hands and then I will ask you to speak.
Yeah.
All of you should not simultaneously speak. It will create confusion. So I was looking for this answer, that a pure devotee is he who is completely dependent on Krishna. What does that mean? That means a person is constantly remembering Krishna. What does that constant remembrance of Krishna mean? That means that pure devotee is a person who is constantly feeling loved by Krishna. And when the person is feeling loved by Krishna, he will naturally say, I'm lowest, I'm incompetent, I'm unqualified. Because he's so much in love with Krishna, he's feeling Krishna's love so much that he sees himself as completely insignificant. So this is called effective bhakti. Effective bhakti means this is the effect of loving Krishna. The effect of being pure devotee is that a person feels he is fallen, unqualified, and lowest and incompetent. We are not practicing effective bhakti. All of us in this are practicing, I'm judging you, sorry for that, but we are practicing sadhana bhakti. Some of you may be pure devotee, please don't mistake me, but I think most of us accept ourselves as sadhana bhakta. That means we are practicing executive bhakti. There is a difference between executive bhakti and effective bhakti. Effective bhakti is when you are doing bhakti for so long that now whatever you are doing is effect of loving Krishna. Effective bhakti means you love Krishna, so you are chanting Hare Krishna. That is the effective bhakti. Executive bhakti means you are chanting Hare Krishna so that you can love Krishna. Okay, I'll repeat. Executive bhakti means you execute chanting Hare Krishna so that you love Krishna. Effective bhakti means you love Krishna, so the effect of that love is you chant Hare Krishna. I hope I didn't confuse you. Somebody, I see Aditi Mataji is the host today, I think. So can you, if it's something is confusing, please put it on chat so that I can rephrase what I'm saying.
No, Prabhuji, all good. Nothing.
Thank you. Thank you, Aditi Mataji. Yes, this is very, very important for us to understand. We cannot imitate pure devotees by constantly saying that I'm lowest, I'm incompetent, I'm unqualified. The more we say this, the more it becomes a reality in our heart if we are not constantly remembering Krishna. So our main responsibility is to remember Krishna constantly. And then that remembrance of Krishna will fill our heart with happiness. And that doesn't mean I become Sahajya. Oh, I love Krishna, I love Krishna. No. We also have to be humble. We also have to remember that I'm ordinary. I'm not somebody special. I'm not great. And it is healthy to think of ourselves as fallen, incompetent. That is what all our Vaishnava Acharyas have done. But without feeling loved by Krishna, if we do that, we will actually, these statements will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because this becomes a reality. If you say, I'm bad, I am very bad, Prabhuji. Now, I will ask you a question. What activities do bad people do? What does a bad person do? Does a bad person do good things or bad things? Bad things. So if you are saying I'm a bad person, the mind can't discriminate. The mind, subconscious mind takes it as I am bad, I am bad, I am bad, so I have to do bad. So those who say I'm bad, they'll end up doing more bad.
Manifesting bad things.
Yes, we are manifesting bad things because we keep saying I'm bad. But a pure devotee, when he says bad, he is not manifesting bad things because he is so much in love with Krishna. And when he says I'm unqualified, I'm incompetent, he is actually in the private chamber with Krishna. And in that private space, what he's speaking is spontaneous. See, there is a man and a woman. I'm giving a very crude, gross example. Please pardon me. But there is no other better way I can think of to make an emphatic point. A man and a woman fall in love and they have a very intimate exchange in their private chamber. So they are talking to each other and to everybody in the public space, they're very formal. But when they're in their private space, there is spontaneity. So what they talk, so they may cry, they may apologize, they may laugh in the private space. That cannot be documented and you cannot make a system out of that conversation. You make a system out of what they converse or what they do in the public space. In the private space, it is very personal, very intimate. So you cannot say, oh, so if you love your wife, first you should say this. This is what. So let's imagine there's a CCTV camera kept in that room and they're having an intimate conversation and you see it. And then you write and make notes of it. Oh, this is what you should do first. Then second, you should say this. Then third, you should cry. Fourth, you should laugh. You can't make a system. You can't give instructions based on their exchanges there because it is spontaneously happening because of love. But that is effective bhakti compared to effective bhakti. But sadhana bhakti or executive bhakti is something like where they are meeting each other in office space, in a public space, and they're beginning to fall in love. And once they fall in love, then they are in a private chamber. So the point is, in a public space, what we are doing sadhana bhakti is like being in a public space with our lover Krishna. So you have to follow systems, talk like this, follow this etiquette, say Hare Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, 16 rounds, follow four regulative principles. But once you're in a private chamber with Krishna, what happens is a completely different subject matter. We have no idea. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Gundicha, he's breaking his head against the wall. He's crying torrents of tears. He's rubbing his face on the wall and he's getting scratches and wounds. And he's saying, Krishna, where are you? Where are you? Krishna. And he's like going crazy. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saw that. And he's hearing it from Raghunath Das Goswami. And he's put it on the internet. He's put it on social media for everybody to see it. And we, instead of relishing it and enjoying this, wow, Mahaprabhu is so amazing. That's what we are supposed to say. But instead of that, we are making a system out of it saying, oh, Mahaprabhu is saying he's fallen and he's rubbing his face against the wall. Let me also bang my head on the wall and say that I'm fallen. Oh, I'm fallen. I'm fallen. No, it will not have the same effect. We cannot copy paste Mahaprabhu and pure devotees ecstasy into our lives. So when Kaviraj Goswami says, Jagai madai hoite mui se papishtha Puri Shera Kita Hoite Mui Se Lagishta. He said, I am more sinful than Jagai and Madai. I am worse than a worm in the stool. Can you imagine saying I'm worse than a worm in the stool? So this is not at the platform of mind, intelligence, and ego. This is in the platform of pure love of Krishna. I see a hand. Supriya Mataji, would you like to say something or is it just accidental?
No, Prabhuji, I just wanted to ask this question. I have heard many people saying this, even in temple. Oh, I am so fallen. I'm worm in the stool. So I just don't understand how they are calling themselves, like with such a degrading names. You should feel proud when you actually feel good, right, inside, instead of using such a derogative name for yourself.
Yes. I don't know why devotees
No,
say,
not proud. I should say not proud, but at least feel good within yourself.
yeah. So I think when devotees say I'm fallen, I personally think they're saying it because they are not feeling they're fallen. They are just saying out of humility, which is healthy. We are actually fallen. When we say I'm fallen, actually we are not being humble. We are just being honest. There is a difference between honesty and humility. When Sanatana Goswami says, I am fallen, that is humility, because he is actually very, very advanced. He is always remembering Krishna. So when he says he's fallen, he's actually developed humility. When we say I'm fallen, it's actually just being honest. so, so when these devotees in the temple are saying I'm fallen, I don't want to judge them as bad. I think they are just being humble. But and I'm also assuming that they are feeling loved by Krishna, and because of that feeling loved by Krishna, feeling loved in the association of devotees, because they're feeling so grateful to devotees in the temple, they're filled with so much gratitude, so much love that they feel I'm fallen. That is naturally coming out of their heart. So I don't think they are saying bad. So, but at the same time, you are right, Mataji, by saying that we should feel good about ourselves, but not good in the sense I am great. See, the difference between humility and false pride is that humility and false humility. The difference is when we are falsely humble, we say, I'm fallen, I'm fallen, I'm fallen, and the only focus is on I. That is false humility. But when I say I'm fallen, but Krishna is wonderful, Krishna is wonderful, Krishna is great, I'm fallen, but Krishna is great. When the Krishna is more than I in our expression of fallen condition, then that is real humility. Is that clear, Mataji? Yes.
Yes,
So,
Prabhuji, yes.
yeah. So for example, let us say you are a great singer, Kirtaniya. So I don't know you, I'm just giving an example. Let's say you sing very melodious Kirtan. So when devotee comes and says, Mataji, you led such amazing Kirtan. You are such a beautiful singer. If you say, no, Prabhuji, I'm fallen. I'm actually sing like a crow. My voice is very bad. Is that humility? No, it is false humility. Because you have a good voice, right? You have a good voice. You know that your kirtan was ecstatic. You know that it touched people's hearts. People were dancing so nicely. So that means your kirtan was good. So then how do we practice real humility at that time when somebody is saying, Mataji, you sang so well. So we practice real humility when we say, thank you, Prabhu, for your appreciation. Actually, I could sing like this because Krishna blessed me. I am nobody. Without Krishna's mercy, I cannot sing like this. I am actually very ordinary, but by Krishna's mercy, I could sing. So when we give credit to Krishna, when we give credit to where the credit belongs to, that is humility. When we deny something, that is not humility. If somebody is beautiful, and if somebody says you are very beautiful, no, Prabhu, I am very ugly. No, that is not humility. Humility is to say, because of some karma, I got this body, and because of some karma, I am beautiful, maybe. But only if I love Krishna and if I serve Krishna, then I'll actually become beautiful. So please bless me, Prabhuji, that I can become internally beautiful. When Rukmini Mataji was a young girl, and even now she's so gracious, so elegant, so amazing. So imagine how beautiful she must have been, more and more beautiful when she was much younger girl. So when she was, I think, 16 or 17, she came to Krishna consciousness. And she was very beautiful. And when she was taking initiation, when Prabhupada gave her the beads, Prabhupada looked at her and said, oh, you are so beautiful. And then Prabhupada said, now become beautiful internally for Krishna. So, see, because of karma, we get certain external qualities, external things. So, humility doesn't mean to deny that. Humility means to remember Krishna. So, therefore, when a pure devotee says, I'm lowest, I'm incompetent and unqualified, we have to understand that this is effective bhakti. This is coming out of intense love for Krishna, and this is an expression in the private chamber with Krishna. And when a pure devotee is chanting Hare Krishna, he is chanting Hare Krishna because he loves Krishna. When we are chanting Hare Krishna, we are chanting Hare Krishna so that we develop love for Krishna. This is very, very important difference. So when we chant because we want to love Krishna, that is executive bhakti or sadhana bhakti. When we chant Hare Krishna because I love Krishna, that is effective bhakti or that is bhava bhakti or prema bhakti. So therefore, we cannot imitate this statement which Srila Prabhupada is saying here of a pure devotee. Prabhupada says this is the nature of a pure devotee. He always thinks himself to be the lowest, incompetent and unqualified. So therefore, now Maharaj Yudhishthira is also on the same standard. So what is he saying? Or he might be, Prabhupada says, he may be thinking that I am also so fallen, I'm so humble, I'm so insignificant. So in our world, see, look at this contrast. Yudhishthira Maharaj says, I'm nobody, I'm insignificant. But he is not getting into depression. When what happens to many of us is we become insecure when other devotees are glorified or other devotees' glories are coming out. There is deep-rooted envy. So when we say I'm fallen, we may not actually feel fallen. Therefore, better don't say statements which can become self-fulfilling prophecy. Instead, let us be humble and let us do our services quietly, remembering Krishna and also remembering our own small position. So Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport further that Narad Muni could understand Yudhishthira Maharaj's mind. Therefore, he encouraged Yudhishthira Maharaj by saying, no, you are not less fortunate. You are as good as Prahlad. So Narad Muni is encouraging Yudhishthira Maharaj. So you are as good as Prahlad. This is exactly opposite of what happens in material world. When material world somebody is glorified, I may feel, oh, I am not at all good. Yudhishthira Maharaj is also feeling, I am not at all good. And Prahlad Maharaj is glorified. But the difference is, Yudhishthira Maharaj is also a pure devotee. He is not feeling insecure or envious of Prahlad. But when we hear another devotee being glorified and when we say, oh, but Puja, I am so fallen, it could be because I am actually envious of that devotee or I become insecure because of that devotee's glories being sung. Therefore, we have to be honest. Yeah? So we should actually be learning how to celebrate others' success. When we are always thinking of ourselves, we are in I space. And even when we appreciate others, generally when we appreciate devotees also, we appreciate from I space. Prabhu, you are so good. You did so much for me. We appreciate because of what I got in that relationship. Higher level of appreciation is the ability to appreciate another devotee independent of what he or she does for me. Like one day I was appreciating one devotee. Prabhu, thank you so much. You cooked such nice idli, dosa for us in the breakfast in the temple. Thank you so much, Prabhu. You reminded me of my mother. My mother used to make the same kind of idli. Now you are so good. You are cooking the same way. I am so grateful to you, Prabhu. You are such a nice devotee. Did you notice what is happening here? I'm appreciating him because of what I got, what the experience I got has made me appreciate him, which is good because we are not Mayavadis, we are not impersonalists. So when we appreciate someone, it has to be personal, which is very healthy. But there is a higher level of appreciation, which is to appreciate a person independent of ourselves, which is, I told this devotee, Prabhu, you are so good. You make idli, dosas for brahmacharis. You are such a nice devotee. Every day morning you are cooking. And you are such a big doctor. You could be earning millions of dollars every month. But you gave up all of that so that you could serve devotees humbly. And like that, I went on appreciating him for a few minutes. And did you notice something here when I'm appreciating him? I'm not talking anything about myself. If we can appreciate someone independent of ourselves, then we are taking our appreciation to the second level. And then there is even a higher level of appreciation. When we're appreciating someone, we could see what are the qualities that this person is exhibiting. And we could see that same quality being exhibited by maybe Guru Maharaj or Prabhupada or Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Ram, Lord Varadev. Some divinity we need to see. So when we learn to see that, then our appreciation will become more divine. And then one day we will become spiritually evolved. And then in that state, when we hear appreciation of another devotee, and then if we feel I'm not so good, I'm fallen, then that won't lead to depression. But if we don't have the ability to see divinity in others, and then when we hear their appreciation, and if you start thinking, I'm so fallen, Prabhuji is so good, that means that is not humility, that is envy masquerading as self-condemnation because that is socially acceptable and it is politically correct to say that. Therefore, devotees need to know that we cannot avoid the hard work of introspection and understanding how far we are from Krishna and be humble and accept that bitter pill and be surrendered to Krishna. In Hindi they have a saying that जहर मरने के लिए थोड़ा सा पर जिंदा रहने के लिए बहुत पीना पड़ता है, which means poison We just need little to die, but to stay alive, you need to drink a lot of poison. Stay alive is difficult. Similarly, in bhakti, to face our anarthas and to accept it that I'm not advanced, and then quietly, gracefully keep doing bhakti rather than make a drama and shout that, oh, I'm so fallen, he's so advanced. Because when we are doing that, we are only increasing our envy. So therefore, let us learn to appreciate others and see divinity in them. So these were the 2 points I've shared today from the purport. There are many beautiful points in the purport, but I just took the first paragraph and 2 points. The first point I took was how a pure devotee says he is lowest, incompetent, and unqualified is different from what we say I'm lowest, unqualified, and incompetent. Ours is not on the platform of effective bhakti. So we should be careful of self-condemnation if we are not remembering Krishna. That is the first point. The second point I took from Prabhupada's purport is how Yudhishthir Maharaj is feeling that he is not at all good compared to Prahlad Maharaj. But that glorification of Prahlad is because he is able to see divinity in Prahlad. When we hear glorification of another devotee and if we start feeling I'm not so good, that is out of envy. Therefore, if we want to be like Yudhishthir Maharaj and able to say like this, then we should be able to appreciate devotees at 3 levels. First level is appreciation in relation to ourselves, appreciation independent of ourselves, and appreciation in connection to divinity. So if we do this, then we will be able to become free from envy. And in that freedom of envy state, when we say I'm fallen, we will actually not become fallen. So these are the 2 points I took from the first paragraph of the purport. Hare Krishna. I would like to conclude by saying Srila Prabhupada's second paragraph, first line is so beautiful. Any pure devotee who is constantly conscious of Krishna is naturally very fortunate. And Prabhupada says in the second paragraph that how Pandavas were better than all of them because Krishna himself lived with them constantly. So like this, Pandavas are a special, very, very special. Prahlad is very special, and for us both are glorious. And we celebrate the glories of these pure devotees mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Now we will have some comments, corrections, and questions. And I see Anuradha Mataji's hand. Or should I take questions, or will there be a moderator who will ask devotees to ask questions?
Yes, Anita Mata, please take over.
Please accept my humble obeisances.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful class. So it was a sharp. I think you will be continuing the class because it was very interesting. You were saying that how a devotee feels himself or herself humble, and how we should feel humble. So what is the real meaning of humbleness? That I have learned from this class today. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for bringing out all those points. And yeah, we'll go to the question and answer session. I see Anuradha Mataji has raised hands. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. This is Anuradha from Dallas, Kalachandji. I'm so happy to hear you again. And it's always a pleasure. But you concluded the class too soon, Prabhu. That's my only complaint about the
No,
class.
I concluded the class so that I could hear your question and hear your comment and correction.
Okay, Prabhu. And like I feel we need to hear this more and more because we are on the extreme of the spectrum, is what is my feeling, Prabhu. And when you, my favorite point was when you said when a pure devotee says, I'm fallen, when a poor devotee says, I'm fallen, what is the impact of it? That was amazing. And yes. My question is, Prabhu, are the, like, I don't know, it might be a random question, like, is a pure devotee always a Uttama Adhikari?
See, this is a technical question, and I'm very, very bad in technical knowledge. Pure devotee, Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari. I know what is Madhyam Adhikari. I know what is Uttam Adhikari, but
Correlation, is there any correlation?
I'm very bad in mapping all those things. So I know what is Uttam Adhikari also. I know what is pure devotee also. But mapping, I use the word synonymously. When I say, see, I use sometimes pure devotee as Uttam Adhikari and Uttam Adhikari as pure devotee because I have this amazing verses in the 11th canto. I hope I remember. I was recently memorizing these verses where the Navayogendras are instructing King Nimi. I'm just looking at my shloka book. My God, those two verses are so amazing, where he explains very clearly the qualities of Uttam Adhikari. And and Kanishta and Madhyamadi, all three are very logically and explained. But I don't remember the verses, but I'll tell you what is the essence. The essence is Sarva Bhuteshu Yaha Pashed. Bhagavat Atmani. So the verse says that pure devotee is he who is able to see Krishna in everyone and is able to see that everybody is a pure devotee. So when a person has that beautiful vision of seeing Krishna everywhere and in everybody, that is a Uttamadhikari. That is what the 11th canto explains. And Madhyamadhikari is who? Ishwarestad adineshu balisheshu dushatsu cha prema metri kripopeksha ya karoti sa madhyama. So the Madhyamadhikari, that means all of us. See, we are not pure devotee, right? You are not able to see everyone as pure devotee right now. So therefore, what we need to do is we need to come to Madhyama platform. Madhyama platform means to see Ishware Tad Adineshu. We see devotees who are completely surrendered to Krishna, that is pure devotees. Then we see Balisheshu, we see innocent new devotees. Then Vishatsu, we see those who are envious of Krishna. And then we see, how do we deal with these three kinds of people? Prema, Maitri. Prema means those who are completely surrendered to Krishna, we love them. Maitri means those who are innocent. We give them love. We make friendships with them. And Ishwara Tadineshu, Ishwara means love. Tadineshu, those who are purely surrendered. And Balisheshu means innocent. And Dvishashu means envious. 4 kinds of people are mentioned. So how we are Madhyamadhikari if we know how to deal with these 4 kinds of people. So how do we deal with them? How do we deal with Ishvara? Ishvare tad adineshu balesheshu dushasudha prema. With Ishvara we practice love. We want to love Krishna. Adineshu, those who are completely surrendered to Krishna, what we do with them? Maitri, we make friendships with them. And then Ishvare tad adineshu balesheshu means innocent devotees. What we do with them? Prema, Maitri, Kripa. Kripa means we give them affection, we give them compassion, we give them love. And those are envious. Ishvareta Dadineshu Balisheshu Dvishatsu. Those are envious of Krishna. What we do with them? Prema Maitri Kripa. Upeksha. Upeksha means we avoid them and we stay away from them. Ya Karoti sa Madhyama. So we are Madhyama. So your question, I don't have the answer to Uttamadhikari. Is he equal to pure devotee? But I know what is the qualities of Uttamadhikari, what is the quality of Madhyamadhikari. So we can be Madhyamadhikari at least. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. And was it executive devotee and executing devotee you said, right?
Executive bhakti and effective bhakti. Yes.
Effective. I got confused. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Please keep coming, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes, I'll come for Bhakti Sangha. Yes, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. At last, you took that point of effective bhakti. And what is the one more thing, Prabhu, you said?
Executive.
Executive bhakti. Yeah, that is the 2 main thing I think we all got from this class today. So that was really very helpful. What is the effective and what is the executive bhakti? So yes, and I'm in the platform of executive bhakti only. So let me see when I will get that effective bhakti, Prabhu. So thank you so much. And yeah, we have more raised hands. So we'll go to Jyoti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for allowing me to ask the question. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thank you so much for the session, which was very practical and effective. And the learnings, the takeaways for today is very practical for me. Prabhuji, I wanted to share one thing. When I came in Krishna consciousness, I got a few appreciation, and I was not ready to take it. Then I asked my Shiksha Guru, and I told this is what appreciation I got, and I don't think I'm at this level to accept it or even to look at it. Then he made one statement. Prabhuji said that whatever good you hear in Krishna consciousness about yourself is all about because of Krishna, and whatever bad you think that you need to, it's all of yours. So you have to always keep. So I have not understood that statement at that point, even right now, but I always kept that as a goal, what he told me. So there was always a scope to understand, okay, this is how I should improve, or this is how the input should be for every day. And I kept the improvement thing in my mind. There is a scope. And today also you gave so many things that we should cultivate. I'm so grateful to you for your teachings today. I'm eternally grateful to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for your comment and encouragement. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Rohini Shetty Mataji, please go ahead.
Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is not related to today's seminar, but I just want to use this platform to thank you. In the beginning of this year, I was struggling to following the principles of KC in my professional life, and a brahmachari suggested that there's Vraj Bihari Das Prabhuji and watch his YouTube on non-violent communication. And I watched your post series, Prabhuji. It was 7 years ago, the YouTube video, and I can't express in words the difference that your preaching has made in those 4 lectures, observe, don't judge. And I've followed that, and it has made such a big difference, Prabhuji. And I feel so fortunate today. I've got a chance to express that personally to you. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for those non-violent communication series.
Thank you, Mataji, for your kind words. I just want to give credit where it is due. What that I spoke is from a book by Marshall Rosenberg. It is called Nonviolent Communication. And if you want to know more, Krishna conscious understanding of nonviolent communication, His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj from North Carolina. So he has written a book also on empathic communication. And also there is devotees in Pennsylvania. We have our Vrajalila Mataji and Ekavir Prabhu. They are also expert in this. So I am simply repeating their words. So you can take guidance from them. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Rakesh Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
You're audible, but I can't see you.
Sorry, Prabhuji. I was at workplace, so couldn't put on my video. Prabhuji, this is nothing to do with today's session. Just want to understand, Prabhu, like in the very first years of Krishna consciousness, when we are very new to KC, we have more innocence, we'll have more anxiety, and that kind of innocence and anxiety towards God, towards devotees, or towards learnings that we tend to miss. I mean, at least me, Prabhuji, I tend to miss. It's been now 5 years into Krishna consciousness, and I feel like at times like I'm not having that kind of respect, or I would say like feelings towards things. Why does it happen, and how should I ensure like I keep the similar kind of respect towards the processes that I am doing, like Mangalarti, or probably the anxiety for doing services that I am not enjoying that much, Prabhu. Why it is so, Prabhu?
So there is a nature of. Thank you, Rakesh Prabhu, for your question. So you are asking how that when we are new, we are enthusiastic. You can mute yourself, Prabhu. When we are new, we are having enthusiasm, innocence, appreciation. But as we get older in Krishna consciousness, we start becoming cynical and we don't have the same taste, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So the reason for the solution, and first we have to understand the cause and then the solution. The cause is ati parichayat avagya. Familiarity breeds contempt. As we keep getting association more and more of KC, we start taking things for granted and it becomes familiar. And when things become familiar, we are not able to invest emotions, or we take things for granted. Solution is we need to keep gratitude practices fresh. Like for example, once I started gratitude journal, I started thanking my parents, my grandparents, my brothers, my Guru Maharaj, every day thanking them. After 3-4 days, it became boring. Because every day thanking the same people for same thing, there is no energy there. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It is similar to your question that initially bhakti was ecstatic. Similarly, initially expressing gratitude is beautiful. So what I did, I changed. I started practicing gratitude differently. I started practicing what is called as fresh gratitude, which means what has happened in the last 24 hours for which I'm really grateful. Oh, I got some nice prasadam yesterday. Thank you, Krishna, for this nice prasad. And why I'm thanking you? because I like good food and I got good prasad. Thank you, Krishna. Now, what else happened yesterday for which I want to thank? Last 24 hours, what happened? Oh, I went for I memorized 10 verses from the Bhagavatam, which I had forgotten. I had memorized last year. Again, I chanted yesterday and I reconnected those verses. Thank you, Krishna. Why I'm grateful for that verses memorizing? Because when I memorized those verses, I felt connected to Krishna. So if you go, so like that, I thank Krishna for 5 things that happened in the last 24 hours. So when you practice fresh gratitude, then you are always excited in bhakti. And even if so throughout the day, your eyes and ears are open and attentive to see what are the good things happening around me so that I can thank Krishna. We are generally looking out, our default setting is we look for bad things. We catch wrong. But when we start looking out consciously for fresh gratitude, then we are always present, we are catching the right things, and we find bhakti very beautiful process. And sometimes you may have nothing to thank Krishna for, but even just searching, what can I thank Krishna for? That searching itself makes you happy and makes bhakti very beautiful process. So you can try this, and then you will see that cynicism and that negativity goes away, and you will experience the same innocence and same sweetness that you experienced in the initial days of bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Thanks, Prabhuji. Thanks for that wonderful
Thank
answer.
you so much, Prabhuji, for saying that fresh gratitude. So that thing I think we have to cultivate in us. So when we thank to the mundane people, is yes, certainly it will get bored, and they also don't recognize that also. So, but this when we thank to the eternal person whom we are connected to, then we will have that eternal happiness also, and our bhakti will be always fresh. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So next hand raise, Divya Gaurangi Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, His Grace Braj Bihari Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sorry, Prabhu, my video is off today. Prabhuji, thank you so much for giving us your association. And this opportunity to actually interact with you is a great fortune. Prabhuji, I really liked you said that we are actually fallen. And what is the difference when a great devotee says he is, then that is actually humility. But Prabhuji, my question was that many times when we do this, we go down a different path whereby we just start feeling, instead of the correct humility, we feel very inadequate. But should we not at the same time have this great confidence in Krishna that fine, I am like this, that I may not be able to achieve things, I don't have things in my power, but if I pray sincerely, my Lord has all the powers. He can make it happen for me. He will empower me. So if at the same time we keep this confidence, then in this our society, I think this would really help, right? To be able to serve nicely in the right mood and actually very positively, instead of feeling low and bad that, oh, I'm inadequate and all that. But if we keep, like Prahlad Maharaj prays, that if Krishna empowers, then I can do anything. So, depending on Krishna's mercy, should we keep this always in our mind at the same time, knowing our not being worthy, like, or worthy if Krishna wants?
I think this is a very, very beautiful comment. I think the key is to have confidence in Krishna. So, although I am fallen, but I have confidence in Krishna, and that confidence is a very important quality. And hope, that we love Krishna, but we have to be careful here. Our confidence should not translate into intensely desiring from Krishna some of the things that we want. Then we make Krishna our servant. Like, so we have confidence in Krishna, but it is not that Krishna is my servant. We want to be servant of Krishna. But then I've seen many devotees, they become very disappointed that they couldn't get what they want from Krishna. So that means we claim that we are servant of Krishna, but somewhere we wanted Krishna to serve us. Therefore, I tell devotees, you practice affirmations, you become mentally strong, and you don't go to Krishna for all of these things. You go to Krishna for serving him. Don't ask Krishna for petty things.
Yes.
So that way we can do. And it is better to have confidence in ourselves. See, sometimes people say, Prabhu, if I have confidence in myself, then I'm becoming proud. No, there's a difference between arrogance and confidence. Confidence is when you know your strengths. If you are a good kirtaniya, If you can write good for Krishna, so you should be confident that I can do this for Krishna. I'm a good devotee. I can do this for that is confidence. Confidence means to know your strengths, and arrogance means to ignore your weaknesses. I'll repeat. Confidence means to know your strength, but ignorance means to ignore your weakness. So those who are arrogant or proud, they are the ones who ignore their weakness. They only talk about their strengths. But we are confident devotee when we know our strengths, and we are humble because we know our weaknesses also. So like that, we should be humble. So like that, we can have confidence in Krishna. So
Yes,
Mataji,
Prabhuji.
thank you, Divya Gaurangi Mataji and Anita Mataji. I have just another 3 minutes, so you can decide what to do.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, okay, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu. So I think then you can take last one question, Prabhu.
Okay.
Okay, so I think Hemangi Gopeshwari Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very, very wonderful class. Just wanted to get your sort of input on this. Like, I also hear that when somebody praises us, then we should immediately give that praise to our Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So is it also appropriate if somebody is praising, then just say all glories to Srila Prabhupada or my Guru Maharaj? Would it be same as asking for, like saying that Krishna's mercy? Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, it is the same. The main thing is not what you say or do. The main thing is what you feel. It has to be, you need to feel that, yes, it is my Guru Maharaj's mercy. It is Krishna's blessing. Yes, thank you. I can take one more question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhuji, the Ravani Shetty Mataji was asking about the book, right? So she's asking, she's just want to clarify about the book name. Veer Krishna Goswami, Prabhu, in fact, like communication, and the second name is what, Prabhu?
Ekavir Prabhu and Brajalila Mataji.
Brajalila Mataji. Okay, fine. Yes. So,
And it is
she
not
can take
emphatic. She has typed as emphatic communication. It is not emphatic, it is empathic. There is a big
empathic.
difference between the two words.
Sorry,
Yes,
sorry,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I realized it, but it was typo error. I'm sorry about that.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. I'm just finding it funny, that's it.
Prabhuji, still you have time for one question?
Yeah, I can take one.
Okay. So, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for this very, very nice session. Prabhuji, we were talking about being humble and be calm and do with the duties, do with the seva. I would like to clarify the thing that what is that pure devotee, sincere devotee's strength when they are very calm and they are waiting for Krishna's response? What is their strength internally? Sometimes there is restriction for seva also. Sometimes there is restriction for sangha and all that. So when a sincere devotee has all these things, what is the strength he will get to be calm and not struggling?
See, we are always struggling, but there is some time we can be not struggling, which means let go. Let go. Let go means surrender. There is a difference between struggle and surrender. Struggle means holding on, fighting. Surrender means to let go. Struggle means to hold the horse's reins and trying to control your senses, trying to do everything perfectly, all the services nicely. But at some point of time, you should understand, I cannot do this. I cannot control my senses. I cannot organize everything perfectly. I am not the number one devotee. I cannot do this. Krishna, I let go. And you let the reins of the horses and then allow Krishna to take charge of the chariot. That is surrender. Problem with many of us is what? We don't struggle and we directly jump to surrender. Then the mind takes charge of the chariot and we start thinking it is Krishna's taken charge of the chariot. So therefore, we go to sense gratification. So there are three ways. First, the chariot is going on its own. The horses are going on their own. That is sense gratification. Mind is going wild. That is sense gratification. Then we come to struggle, where we try to control our life. We try to organize our life. We try to do perfect bhakti. We try to chant extra. We try to do sadhana bhakti. We do all these things. Four regulative principles. That is struggle. Then surrender is, I can't struggle. Krishna, please help me. Krishna, like Draupadi, we raise our hands and ask Krishna to help. So without struggle, from sense gratification, you can't directly jump to surrender. You have to go through struggle. But sometime every day you can spend your time in that space where Krishna, I am yours. Krishna, I allow you to, I accept your grace. I allow you to take charge of my life. I place my life in your hands. So like that, sometimes, that means basically, practically what it means is simple. Don't think you have to do something. Don't come for a class looking for some points. Just be there. Allow
Krishna, Prabhuji,
yourself to get influenced. We always are on a, we have to do in a space where I'm not doing this for getting something else. I'm doing this just because this is the complete result. This is the end of my journey. So like that. Hare Krishna.
Very,
Hare
very good. Thank you
Krishna.
so much,
so much,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, we
Thank
have
you. I want
Prabhuji
to
here.
just Anita Mataji, I just want to thank Prabhuji for the brilliant class. Prabhuji, thank you so much. Today it was so interesting, although it was very short. I wish it was a little longer, and we would look forward to hearing you again and again, come to our class. Thank you. I just wanted to thank you today. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Shyamaguri Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful association, Prabhuji, and your time and very wonderful class, Prabhuji. I just remember, can you just say the one line where what you got the realization when you were waking up the deities?
Waking up the deities. Oh, why
In
you,
Radha Gopinath Mandir.
why you want that?
Because I also remember that one when I was waking up the deities.
That is in Hindi.
We can translate later.
मैं रोज सुबह मंदिर में घंटी बजाता हूँ. मैं रोज सुबह मंदिर में घंटी बजाता हूँ. सोया हुआ खुद हूँ, भगवान को जगाता हूँ.
Thank you so much.
Which means that
Thank you, Mataji.
every day morning I'm ringing the bell in the temple. The second line is, I'm myself sleeping, but I'm waking up the Lord.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for asking that, and thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing that. I think we can also inculcate that mood. So thank you. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your valuable time and association. And we are really fortunate to have your association today, and we want your association in future also, as all the devotees also they have said in the chat. So that the class is so good and very effective points. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dear devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha
Krishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His grace blessings. Prabhuji ki jai.
Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Nityananda.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you so much,
Hare
dear
Krishna.
devotees, for joining the call.
Radhe Radhe.